Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about how the system cheats men, because man are the men getting cheated. And we don't even have the words for it. And the young man doesn't even understand what's going on because it's completely maladaptive. That's the severe tragedy of it. And I'm going to show you the serious effects of what's happening right now. And we're going to tie it all together with all the past videos. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Now, there's no way that I could cover all the ways that the system cheats men. There's just too many ways, right? But let's look at the core, the principle, the fundamental thing of what's going on here, okay? Because the men are being cheated in all walks of life, all areas of life. But it's in their developmental stage, man. I mean, it's so harsh. It's so cruel. Let me tell you what I'm talking about so that you can get, some idea what's going on. I think you already have an idea as to what's going on. Let me just give you, my interpretation, the concept, how I'm seeing it, and maybe this will clarify, your situation a little bit better. So the men are doing everything right. They're doing everything exactly as they should, for the most part, okay? This is the behavior. This is the standard behavior. This is 95% of your male behavior. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And here's the thing. Our Western institutionalized system punishes them for that because it wants to shape and mold their behavior in a way unnatural to their nature and unsuitable to their survival. It wants to modify their behavior, their mind, their way of looking at the world in such a way that we become slaves, servants, simps, sycophants, blue pill simps, sacrificial animals. That's what it is, okay? It's forcing the man into this role as a sacrificial animal. Now, you know that's wrong. I know that's wrong. They know that's wrong, but they don't care that it's wrong, okay? But it's worse than, it's not just, you know it's wrong because it individually hurts you. It individually hurts me. I get falsely accused. I get fired from a job. I have to take a step back on my career. My trajectory was such that I cannot afford to have step backs, okay? I can't even afford to have a setback of one day. Right? In anything that I do. And neither can you, not as a man who's trying to make his way in the world. All right? And this nature, this character, these behaviors are being bred, forced, and conditioned out of us so that we can become servants to a consumer society whose standard of judgment is the female mind, because you can most easily placate and manipulate that mind. This is a governmental institutional trick, okay? You appeal to the females. You threaten their sense of security and fairness. Then they will carry that issue. They will emotionally respond to that issue. And they will bring it to the men who are trying to rationally respond and who are trying to limit, spheres of influence, like, well, what do I care? I'll just take care of my stuff. And then this shapes the culture, shapes the environment which you're in, shapes the environment in which young men, boys, are being raised. And instead of being raised to be strong, smart, capable individuals who can also function within a group, they are raised to be servants, to be ashamed of what they are in their own nature, to shame and belittle this behavior in other men. Go ahead. please, please, guys, I'm encouraging you to take a step up in life, to find the things that you care about and to pursue them with discipline and focus on improvement, okay? And you're starting, at a lower level, so you can't expect, to master a craft overnight, but you can expect to improve if you apply yourself, okay? This is the basis of your life. This is the basis of your productivity. This is your basis of creating value, selling it to the world and getting value. That's money, the means of survival, back from the world. And it's a healthy, natural thing that we're supposed to do. This is a free market. You know what I mean? That's how it's supposed to work, at least. And the mind of the man and the habits of the man are supposed to develop so that he develops the skills necessary to build a life for himself, to survive, to get by in the world. And he gets rewarded for these things. Do you see the reward system going on here, right? That thing has been screwed up. The men, the boys are doing the right things and they're getting punished, okay? So it's breaking them, it's confusing them, it's causing a rip in their mind, body-mind, situation. And if you'll look physically at the men and the boys, and I know that this isn't something that men are anxious to do, right? But I'm asking you, men are getting weaker, men are getting more frail, men are becoming less masculine, less confident, and women are becoming more confident and more masculine and more physically domineering. Domination through intimidation and humiliation. You're experiencing that. We're experiencing that. The very image of man is experiencing that, so that the people who are dictating the terms of the culture can continue to control the culture. And they will pull your mind as a man into a consumer culture, into a popular culture, where you are, to the world around you, a sacrificial animal, because they don't want strong, rational, capable, self-sustaining, self-validating individuals, because that poses a threat to their authority, to their power. Okay? What are you going to do? Are you really going to give up your chance here at human existence for popular culture, for the latest albums, to listen to the latest song? Are you not, at some time, going to focus on something for its own sake, not for the outside approval, but for you and your self-mastery? In other words, you master something. You discipline yourself through something, and you master yourself. And this needs to become the source of your pride, your reward, your motivation, your life, improving your skills that you need to survive in this world. And when you do things that are effective and they work and they're sound, you get the reward and you get this wonderful sensation, concoction of hormones, of satisfaction, of self-approval, of knowing you're on the right track, like working out and seeing, the progress that you're making, mastering martial arts, and seeing the progress that you're making. A craft can be an intellectual craft, like certain aspects, engineering, right? It could be a trade. This is what men need to do, and the world around them needs to reward them for that. But instead, we're in a blue pill world where it's a consumer mindset. Everybody's, placating to the women. Hey, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Maytel Smurf is here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that avatar, okay? That's a freaking avatar, right? I mean, boom. It's a smurf, ladies and gentlemen. There can be no doubt. Backwoods Bachelor is here. He says, no wife, no kids, no pets, no debt, build assets, look broke. Yeah, exactly. But I want you to feel good. I want men to be able to feel good about their accomplishments and their achievements. But here's the thing. That's right. You look too good. Guess what? Your fellow man will start to rip you down because he's competing in this blue pill system for the attention, for the affections of the women, for their approval. So anytime a man starts to better himself, they rip it down. They're not going to see that. What the hell is that? Ripping your own friends and family down as men, just to, lord over the whole situation. So, that's what's going on. That's what they're doing. The men are being cheated. And you understand they're being cheated out of their ability to develop into strong, healthy people, developing the skills necessary to survive in this world, because it doesn't matter if they get the good grades. It doesn't matter if they're physically fit and strong. They're getting punished simply for being men. And you see it in their physiques, because the men, they're becoming less and less masculine. They're losing muscle, okay? Like you'll be like, Howard's weird, okay? But the men's butts are disappearing. They have no backsides, okay? Their tail is tucked between their legs. Their head is down. They take small, meek little steps. And they say things like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, and stuff like that. But that's not what the women do. That's not how the women act, is it? No. They take selfies and do duck lips and show off their implants and talk about what they want. And the media promotes the hell out of it. And the other men, even plenty of your MGTOW men, promote the hell out of it. And a lot of guys watch it. And we get weaker and weaker and smaller and smaller. And eventually the women start looking like giant, beautiful black widow spiders. And the men are half the size, quarter of the size, weakly. Yeah, that's where we're headed. There's my prediction. Okay. All right. Like I said, I can't cover all the ways that men are being cheated, guys. I hope my audio is okay. And I hope some of you understand that I'm really doing this on the fly. This is more important that I'm here, that I'm just expressing myself, than I'm doing a higher end production. I'm not in a position as a man in this world trying to survive. I am not in a position to do that kind of work right now. But I can come here and talk to you. So I'm doing that. And, I really appreciate your guys' support and everything like that. A lot of you clicking on my PayPal donation link, helping me out, it means the world to me. And it means that when I needed help, I could turn to MGTOW. That's what it means. And I want that to be true for other men. We're talking about MGTOW communities. Well, like a retreat, like a monastery, like men who have property that are like, yeah, if you're on the up and up and you're a man and you just need a place, I've got a little bit of space. I've got the means by which you can, maintain and survive. But man has to step up. A man has to contribute. This is the mindset. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I think you do. Digital demonic Darvos is here. He says, here is something I learned in my relationship. Now it's about doing what you can to make tomorrow better. My ex-wife didn't care about vows or putting us before friends. I was blind. Yeah. Isn't that the truth? Oh, well, yeah. Okay, let me tell you, okay? When I'm not doing stuff today that makes my tomorrow better, I am ashamed. I am like, what the hell am I doing? Why did I waste that much time? How stupid do I need to be? And sure, let's talk about money. And then I walk onto somebody's property, who's got, a giant mansion and swimming pools and cars. And then I say, what did I do today? I sat around and watched TV? I sat around and watched TikTok videos of dancing girls. Come on, come on. So yeah, I feel ashamed. Um, and this is the rational way. I mean, so well, you're strange, Howard. No, any thoughtful, rational person is gonna look at it that way, right? But again, consumer society, based on emotions, appealing to the women. That's not the way the women look at it. They look at it as satisfying their needs in the moment, how they feel. This is why the men excel, in the engineering field, and the women not so much. This is why at your higher levels, you'll see the men. The women, not so much. Specialization, and in this case, it's the very mind of man. It's the rational mind of man. We're talking MGTOW, right? Man this, man that, right? Men, we are talking about mankind. We are talking about all of mankind. So the men are getting weaker and sicker because they're being treated unfairly. And the women are getting more confident, bolder, more aggressive. The system is having to change and adapt to give them what they want based on their needs and their emotions. It's not building and becoming stronger and building the tools necessary to survive tomorrow and make tomorrow better. These are some stark contrasts, I'm glad I'm getting into it. I'm glad you guys are here, letting me talk with you. I don't want to waste your time. George is here. What does George say? Men are becoming feminine and the females are becoming, more masculine, right? Because I just lost it. Howard doesn't go by a script. No, I don't. I should, though. What I'm going to try to do is do these live podcasts, regular, just exactly what I'm thinking. And then at least once or twice a week, put out a real video. Okay? These are real videos, too. But put out something with a little production behind it. I don't want to spend too much time on that. Because what's the impact? I'm certainly not going to do girls dancing on TikTok. Okay, forget about that. I would be talking about social, political issues facing men. What could I bring to it? Do I really go for a humanitarian kind of charity-based kind of humanistic response to that? Because if I do, there's not much response to that. You know what I mean? So I'd be putting in a week or so of time and very, very weak reception. So it has to. I've got to get it set up right. I've got to think about how I'm doing it, because initially what I thought about just doing serious, deep, hard-hitting analysis of the critical issues facing men, that's great, but nobody will watch it. A few people will watch it, but it won't have the impact that I want it to have. So I have to consider it carefully in how I do it. So that's what's going on there. Arman, how's it going, bro? He says, my 5th grade teacher once said that it's all about socialization. She said if females were taught what men are and men what females are, then women would be running everything. Well, they largely are running everything, but they're doing it from a covert, matriarchal, male-worshipping female situation. But like there was that show, The Last Man, right? All the men are gone. Come on, they can't. They couldn't maintain the basic infrastructure of the world around them. This is a world built by men, made for women. It's a giant nest where the women can be made to feel secure, so that they will have the children that can then be shaped to have a decent life and have a better tomorrow. But that's not what's happening. We've built the nest. We've put in the rules, making women safe. They're having the children, and the children belong to the state. And the boys and the men, their minds, their physiques, their physiology is crippled and stifled right from the start. to make them go along with a consumer-based society. And I don't mean to put a negative spin on it. I'm just saying that's what popular culture is. You need to define yourself. You need to validate yourself. That's what I'm talking about. And I'll talk about that. I don't need to talk about girls dancing. I could fall asleep to you reading. Hey, I do that, man. I've got videos where I just can read chapters of it. But I'm not, there's some great stuff out there. You guys, we all have access to the greatest minds in the world. Look, okay, check this out. When the printing press was invented, the first book they printed was the Bible, okay? Finally, this text was in the hands of the individuals, as long as they could afford a book. Anybody could start a church. This was an extremely disruptive technology. The powers that be had been using religion to control the people for a long time. You couldn't read it. You didn't have access to it. You had to go to church. You had to go to a sermon. You had to meet with a priest or a rabbi. Boom, they print the Bible. Everybody can now have it. Everybody does have it. Everybody can now start their own church. Everybody now can have the personal relationship with God. They don't have to go through the priest. They can read the word that he read and apply it in their own lives as they see fit. What a revolution, right? Okay, look at the internet. What is the internet compared to the printing press? Because now any information that any one person has can be transmitted instantaneously to any other person. It's huge, it's huge. And I want you to take advantage of it. I want you to be here, at this earlier stage of it. This is a glorious age. This is a golden age for men, but not if you're trapped in a blue pill mindset. And not if you're upset and angry over losing that blue pill mindset. Okay? Give it up. Throw it away. It's bullshit. Okay? It's a trick. It's a trap. It's a reward. They're holding out in front of you. And by recognizing this, you don't give up anything. You just have knowledge now of how to operate moving forward and where to be careful and where the minefields are, landmines are. That's all. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. So if you find it helpful, please go ahead, click on my PayPal donation link. I really need your help right now. You guys have been really helpful. Need a little more. Still trying to upgrade, but, just going to do it. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about what I'm doing and how I'm approaching it. All right? Let me know what you think about setting up some sort of MGTOW retreat structure that smart MGTOW men that have land and want to help other men that want to also help themselves, right? You understand that, right? We want to help people who want to help themselves. You're doing most of the work, and you have to, but not in a consumer-based society. You just buy stuff and it does things for you. Get out of that mindset. Take care of yourself, build yourself up. I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to, hope to, intend to have more content for you. Thank you, everyone.